Okay, it's 7 o'clock. We will call the meeting to order. Is there any changes to the agenda? Seeing none, does somebody want to move the agenda for adoption? I saw Eric's hand first, sorry, Larry. All in favor? That is carried. Accounts payable. Somebody want to move that for information? Eric. Any questions about the accounts payable?
Didn't yellow it out. That's my bad.
I had one.
Okay, go ahead.
Question. The name of it was for fuel. It was, and there were two entries, but the name caught me off guard.
Canoe?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, they're,
Like, what?
we buy a lot of things through that. It's a
Canoe
group buying,
Pyramid
it's a
Group of
group
Canada.
buying thing.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay, I was just curious.
So you see them for quite a few things.
Okay, thank you. That answers my question.
Did you find yours?
Well, obviously a landfill dozer needed to be hauled somewhere. The repairs?
Yep.
Well, not that it matters to us because that's landfill, but it matters. And obviously it's so big that we can't do it. That's not the one I wanted. It was a very high. In fact, no. I'm finding it.
Okay. Well, we can always ask it next time. Okay, all in favor for information? Is carried. Cash investment summary for information.
On the board.
Any questions? You showed up to perfect form. Any question about the cash investment summary? Seeing none, for information, all in favor? It's carried. Minutes, council meeting minutes from June 8th. We're still over it. Any errors or omissions on that? Seeing none, all in favor for adoption? That is carried. Special council meeting from June 8th.
I'll move it.
Larry beat you to it.
Okay, cool.
Any errors or omissions from that? Seeing none, all in favor? That is adopted. Redcliff Cypress Regional Waste Management Authority meeting minutes from June 17th.
I better know what that move it.
I was there. I'll move it.
Okay. Any questions about that?
So that one thing that you're purchasing, is that like the GPS compacting system or what was that?
The GeoWare.
Yeah, that one for just the 3-year thing or something, right?
Alicia, you want to speak to that?
For the scale helps.
Oh. Okay, weird. Okay. What does it have in there now?
Don't
Okay.
It's a similar program, just not as advanced as GeoWare.
Okay. And so I guess again, because it's landfill, I shouldn't be asking a whole bunch of questions like how much fancier do we need? Like, does it automatically bill everybody as it goes or, you know?
No, it allows us access from town hall here. The current program, every time you try to get a piece of information, it shuts down. So if somebody comes onto the scale, you have to stop everything that you're doing and start over again. So it reduces a lot of time that way.
Everybody clear?
No, but it's there.
Okay.
Again, it's not a. It's a different group.
Okay, those meeting minutes for information, all in favor? That is carried. Moving on to bylaws, the traffic bylaw.
Yeah, I would move the traffic bylaw be given first reading as presented.
Who's that? Who's fine beer?
That's
That's gonna be good.
luckily for you, I don't want any beer. After that weekend.
Okay,
Who made that motion?
Councillor Backer did.
okay, I noticed a couple of numbering issues and I hopefully they've been in yellow, but Okay.
Well, while you're looking for that, so where would maybe it's on there, I don't know, but I didn't see it. Where would electric bikes then be allowed? It says not on, it has the list of where they're, so where would they be allowed?
Technically, by the follow-up from the province, they're not allowed anywhere. They're not allowed on private land. So if it doesn't have pedals.
Yeah.
It's not a power bike, it becomes an electric dirt bike or whatever
Or
other thing they
e-scooter.
call it. And
E-scooter.
Right.
e-scooters are technically not allowed either. And none of them are allowed on sidewalks, which is usually where I see them driving.
Yep.
So, which is kind of cool.
And what brought this up and about is they're really starting to go on the paths, especially now that they're paved, and there's some pretty fast ones out there. They're gonna cause an incident.
Well,
At
that's,
some point.
so as this bylaw would not allow them if they do not have
Yes.
pedals.
And
it-
that's
it
why I
does
said that's
say
where
it
this
can
is
be-
stemming from.
It can be a pedal bike with pedal assist, or it can be a pedal bike with a throttle, but they still have, it can still be manually pedaled. And it seems that kids don't want those anymore. They want just the illegal bikes, and they're easily sold and bought, I guess.
Yep, absolutely there.
I don't know. It also says explicitly in the provincial guidelines that you're supposed to wear real helmets. Well,
That
just
doesn't have to
today,
go.
I saw at least 4 people go by my house and not a single one of them has a helmet.
Yeah, I'd say 1 out of 10, maybe.
And they weren't adults, they were boys and girls.
So who actually would enforce the helmets? Would that be
Well, the
RCMP or-
RCMP can, and I don't know what our bylaw is limited to. Once this is passed, technically, it would be a bylaw that he could enforce too, but we already have bylaws like similar to this.
And it gets a little bit more difficult when they're under 16 to enforce it.
And then that was my next point.
That's when they have to
It
wear.
does say over age 12.
And it's a bit more challenging.
So my next point was, I think the fines off the top of my head were $100 and $150, something like that. We are, hate to use that word, or spirit, targeting children. So I would be okay personally if the fines were a little bit lower.
Which is fine. I wanted to make sure that we had a fine that was in the range of some other municipalities that are kind of looking at this.
And you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, I gotta start somewhere, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's just my own personal opinion. I don't know what the rest of council's opinion.
Yeah, I think it's fine as it is. It's just that needs to be a deterrent and parents are paying anyways, so.
Right. Okay, sure.
If you can afford, buddy.
$100 is okay.
I think you say they're not buying a helmet.
They are expensive.
Yeah,
No
Would it be,
question.
would it be prudent to have the bylaw officer? Like to have us speak to the bylaw officer and ask him some questions before we go to second or, well, I guess.
We're just doing first reading.
I know.
This is the
It's-
very rough raw.
Oh, okay.
And then it gets advertised and it gets out
Yeah.
to public and then we.
We go from there. Okay.
If you would like it to be advertised, there's no requirement for a public hearing.
Might not be a bad
Oh,
idea
we
to
can
get more
certainly-
public buy-in.
Can certainly go down that road.
Yeah, I think I would be in favor of that. We do that in between first and second,
When we're-
or as long as it's not 5:30. Okay,
So I found the yellow section.
he found his yellow section.
So in section 56, wherever in the peace officer's opinion, there is the contravention of section 66, I think they actually mean 55. Because 66 talks about totally different things.
Hmm.
Okay. Because they're talking about weights and controls. But Cody can look into that and see if I'm right or wrong.
I'm sure that's just, I'm sure you're correct, actually.
And then in section 62, notwithstanding the provisions of section 15, I believe that also goes back to 61. It's usually just a couple back. Because if you go all the way back to 15, it doesn't relate to that at all. Because it's talking about being slightly over height. And so that all the heights and widths are given in 61. And then it says the bylaw officer can approve, give somebody permission that's over height to carry on, but all the responsibilities and whatever he erects are theirs. So.
Insert that discussion. Because we can make, although we can double check all the references.
Yeah, well, it's just like I say, that if you go scroll all the way back to
Yeah.
that other section, it's got nothing to do with.
And then in addition, on second, we would want to bring back some verbiage to change or to be able to deal with vehicles that are facing the wrong direction on a roadway.
For 5 minutes or for days?
Particularly, we were thinking along the highway at coffee shop.
Oh,
It's not the wrong direction yet.
not the red Ford on Main Street.
No,
You're all still on that, are you?
Oh, no, it's just been there. I noticed it on the weekend over there today, but that's okay.
Okay, any more discussion for the first reading on this one?
Well, do we want to look at those? I didn't, I mean,
At the
those,
fines?
well, I looked at the fines and I went, well, those should be a deterrent
Well, it
because there are smaller fines and then,
didn't sound like there was much appetite for my suggestion, so I kind of went on.
yeah, okay,
But we can
Cool.
discuss it again on the second reading too, when we got everybody here as well.
already then.
Okay, well, we'll leave it like it is for now. I'll bring it up on the second reading. Okay. Okay, all in favor of the first reading? And opposed, that is carried. Okay,
Okay,
request.
but I do have one concern. Can you put the stop sign on my block where it should be then?
Ernie has a question.
want to clarify that?
Well, the stop sign in front of my house, because of the street lamp in front of my house, is not on the corner. It's way back from the corner. It's even way back from my property line. And then this thing says 5 meters from a stop sign, which would mean I'd have to park by the neighbors. And I got a 75-foot lot.
Geez, we'd love to change it, but we moved on. You're gonna have to park somewhere else.
Well, I'm looking at what the,
Could it not go on the light standard?
that's where it is.
Oh.
It's actually clamped to the street lamp.
Oh, okay, and if we put it where it's supposed to be, then the light standard's covering it?
Hey, and City Electric to Riverview is right under it.
Hmm,
So you don't want to dig a deep hole. You might find voltage.
that would be something.
This is unfortunate.
Okay, we don't need to talk about that anymore, I don't think.
No, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Do you actually want to consider a motion, directing administration to undertake some
Public.
some gathering, some public information?
Yeah, yes, yeah. Well, sorry, that's my opinion, yes.
No, I agree.
Rest of council.
Why not?
Okay, sounds like we got consensus.
Motion?
Make that motion.
Should we make it a secondary motion or just a?
No,
now we're
it's another
past that
one.
one. Yep.
It's another one.
Okay, all in favor for public engagement? That is carried. Yep, thanks. We forgot to include the section. Okay, asphalt repair on Sixth Street Northwest. Request.
I don't want to make that. I would like to make a motion that we let Public Works do their street evaluations and fix them in priority of need versus who asks first.
That's actually an option in here.
Well, that's the one I want then. Because I know what they're talking about, but then that's like, well, everybody should ask to get the pothole fixed in front of their house. And there's nothing wrong with that. Or the stop sign.
North.
So if this is high rated, then fine.
So are you, is it suggested motion number one that you're referring to
I have no idea because I'm not there. I'm still in the bylaw.
So number one is,
on your screen?
Oh. Okay, Bonnie is way faster. No, that's not what I'm saying.
No, I don't think the. what
No,
you're
I'm
is an
saying,
Option there.
I'm saying it used to be Public Works had the job of evaluating our sidewalks and roadways and prioritizing repairs. And I think that's how we should continue to do it. That's not what one says.
Well, one just speaks to this request.
Well, if it's two, I guess I'll move up option.
And it can be part of the evaluation when we bring it back and
Exactly.
For budget.
Because I know just out on Broadway, there's a whole bunch of spider webbing in front of the campground. And if you go down to the four-way stop, that intersection is all spider webbed out too. And that gets way more traffic than that side road. And it's gonna pound out way faster, especially with the lovely weather we've been getting lately. And yeah. So there are repairs needed. This should be definitely put on a list and prioritized fairly.
And on this topic, I ran into Dale Koska earlier today and he brought up, he didn't even know it was on the agenda for today. And he just asked if a grader could come by and level it out more often. So just passing that along.
He does say that he talked to Randy, so it should be on somebody's radar, yeah. And
Okay, option one to go towards the 2027 budget. Any more conversation?
well, I think it could be in this year's budget unless it's all spent too. I don't know what priorities.
Well, you're the one with the motion.
Yeah. Again, that's not exactly what I wanted to say.
Okay, let's-
Say,
We haven't done our street repairs this year yet, have we?
they have a list of priorities.
We do have a list.
It's gonna spend it all. And none of it is,
Did not make. the
and
cut.
none of it is South Highway.
No. just
Excellent. Okay.
Other than normal.
Normal maintenance.
I
Normal.
just looked at the pothole down there. It's just ridiculous.
It's bad over there.
They could have been big hole right off.
Sorry.
Second or third property from the end, right?
The end one.
Or the end one. When I went there, it's full of water.
That's why you can't tell.
Yeah.
People are fishing in it.
Exactly. So, sorry, what,
Two kids.
what is your final motion?
It might as well stay that because she says 2026 is already sold out.
Okay, sounds good. So option one, the suggested motion.
Do you want to move to direct administration to continue implementing road safety measures and to further evaluate and prioritize?
Prioritize. Because we need a fair way of doing them.
Yeah.
So if there's a matrix, then let's follow the matrix.
But also too, if that chunk of road is really that debilitated, like it's nothing for Public Works to go do as Ralph had asked for, just to do the subgrades, prep and put it to gravel and to maintain the gravel.
Well, he actually says pavement over it though.
At some time, not even not now, but sometime. He'd like to do the prep, contractor can pay, like, and I didn't even talk to him, he thought that all by himself. But he saw us do the same thing over on 7th Street, we dug out half a block there and did, well, man, almost a meter of base there, like, you know,
And on Fifth Street, the owner did it,
and nice.
which wasn't right either. I think it's just hard for us to start prioritizing roads when we're not seeing all of them.
Well, you've got to have a ranking system for the priorities, for sure.
We probably don't want to get in the bad habit of whoever
Right.
squeaky wheel getting the
Through
grease.
the chair,
Go ahead.
I think this is all a real good idea and the squeaky wheel doesn't necessarily get first priority.
Right. I'm sure it's bad and maybe it
Yeah,
will make
no,
priority list. Yeah.
It's bad.
It's not the worst, that's the problem.
Okay,
And further to refer this potential project for evaluation and prioritization.
Yeah, that's kind of what I said.
everybody clear? All in favor of the motion? Opposed? That is carried. Yes, that's. Tax recovery reserve bid and auction.
I don't, give him a break.
Dwight made a motion. Eric?
I move option one.
Oh, I just wrote my name down. Oh, Put Eric.
You weren't being serious. Okay, option one, do direct administration to establish sales date, terms and conditions and reserve bins as presented. December 10th, if I remember correctly.
Number one.
December 1st. Oh, sorry. Well, last time. Just added a zero. Okay.
10 o'clock.
Yeah, 10
Thank you.
o'clock.
10 o'clock. Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And
10 a.m.
Mike learned all the rules last year, so this will go off without a hitch.
Not a hitch.
Just a hitch.
Okay, any more discussion on this? Seeing and hearing none, all in favor? And that is carried. Municipal Affairs Engagement Team, email. Have anything to complain about?
It's not complain, you're asking for something. You're
Do you
requesting.
have anything to ask?
6th Street.
Somebody want to make a motion first?
We haven't seen them in years because
Yeah.
we just haven't.
Is there anything that we could talk to them about for the school? Like we haven't touched base on the school for a while. We haven't had any meetings.
So it says it is recommended to provide details and discussion topics. Our deadline is July 13th. I'm wondering if we can put in the request. If you're interested, we can put in the request for a meeting, and then we can have some further time to discuss
And
topics.
we can always cancel it. Yeah.
Oh, so you don't have to have the discussion topic.
They
upfront?
would like it,
Yeah.
but it says highly recommended. So I'm thinking we have some time to put in that request.
If we do it this way though, and leave it kind of blank, are they not wanting us to say which ministers we want to talk to?
Nope, these are
This
just.
one is Minister of Municipal
This
Affairs.
is just
Just now.
municipal affairs, yeah.
And if there's no topics, you're gonna
Yeah.
get zero interest.
Yeah. We don't have another meeting.
Are there any topics the administration wants to bring forward to this, like,
Just the IDPs.
or boots on the ground and have a,
Hmm.
maybe more of a focus to where we want us to push?
We had discussed today.
And stay out.
Okay, well, I haven't heard a motion yet.
Move for information.
You want to leave the door open?
Well, I guess we could
No, it's your motion.
move option number one, but if we're not gonna have anything to discuss with them, it's gonna be,
Right, something may pop up.
yeah. We're kind of committing for something to pop up then.
Not necessarily. We can always retract it.
Okay, I'll move option number one.
So what is the fiscal framework? Is it expected, when is it expected to drop? Because it's 3 years behind the province, right? So they had a little blip and that's why it went up this year.
Down this year.
Went down, so we're already going down.
It went down.
I think we calculated like 3% or
We will get to that in a few items.
Right, but that is, well, and it's no use talking about it because they're just gonna give you the
everybody. to talk
deer in
about
the
that.
headlight look. I know they care,
But they're broke too.
yes.
I feel that if we're not organized with something meaningful, it hardly pays to,
Well, I hear you, and they won't even hear us if we don't have good topics. So.
and so we can say, but if we don't have anything to discuss with them, we might as well just leave.
Yeah, okay.
Well, we'll keep it for information.
For information. Okay. Any more discussion on this? Okay, all in favor for information? And opposed, that is carried. Sorry. Okay, policy 29 per diem allowances. Consideration.
I'll move. We give it consideration. But Shannon, the background technically just repeats it. So are you trying to avoid that? What this is really about is if you're actually doing online courses. Because the old background policy is all about outside of the corporate limits of town, blah, 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 we pay. And then you say they will at times incur lost wages, profits, and time when they attend required training for an extended period, which is covered in the above, except when you're doing it online at home.
Yes, we tried to incorporate it
But
so
you
that,
never said that. Did you get a lawyer to do this or what? Because that's really all you gotta say is the old policy, because we used to have to go to places,
Yeah.
talked about leaving town for training or anything else. This actually says you can be at home, but if you're taking a whole day of training, you get a per diem. That's all you have to say. Because otherwise it says the same thing as the black. Sorry,
that's okay.
I read it more than once and it just says, it's saying the same thing.
Well, we can take this back for another crack if you'd like, or you can tell me the.
Well,
way
no,
you
but some
want it.
people want their money, damn it. That's all it has to say is taking training online is the same per diem as going away. Because that's really what you want, right?
If you put in the time, you get.
Yeah. Yeah, if you gotta be all day in front of a laptop, you're losing the same wages as if you had gone out of town.
Like you
Unless
said,
you're using the laptop at Goodyear and then that's wrong.
Was that a motion?
Well, no, I made the motion, but it just, I'm just saying that's a repeat of the. Just,
So you talking about under background?
well, in a
Are you
couple
talking
places,
about-
you say the same thing.
I believe so.
You never say online,
So we can,
at home. Or online in town hall, I don't care, but you're attending training or meetings online.
so we can also say members taking online training also qualifies for.
That's really what you're trying to say, I thought. Yes, otherwise, you're just saying the same thing twice. Anyway,
Sorry, I think what it's getting at is anytime you're taking training and it's more than the 2 hours, you get a brief. So we just call it training, no matter where it is, whether you're in town, at home. It's just any training over 2 hours.
right, because it still says you need permission from his
Yeah.
worship and
Yeah.
the CAO,
So,
so,
so it doesn't specify online training, it just says any training over 2 hours
right.
would be half hour, anything over. 4
Yeah,
hours.
like if we just keep it simple, it should work out just fine.
So with that amendment,
The 2 hours I struggle with because we have meetings longer than that, but oh well,
there'll be a number somewhere, I suppose.
yeah, it does. It's the same way.
So your motion was option one as amended?
Sure, as amended.
I agree. I think that encompasses the
spirit of
That's
intent.
just the way the world is.
Yeah, for sure.
And heck, it saves travel expenses, so.
And that's the bottom of the policy said, if it can be done at home or that they'd recommend it.
Right.
So
Any more discussion on this? Okay, seeing none, all in favor? And opposed?
No, my hand was up and down really fast.
Sure. Well,
Yep, you were looking.
that is carried. Policy 34, employee travel expense.
I move, as presented, to approve it as presented.
That is option one. So under where it talks about flights, it says economy flights are supposed to be used, and then it gives a couple examples where they could be something else. And I think the intent for the word economy flights is to use the cheapest value flight. Where I had a bit of an issue with that is WestJet, their economy flights aren't their cheapest. They got, I believe, basic and ultra basic. So if we could maybe change the word economy to the lowest fare.
Yeah.
This classification.
Zone 9,
Yeah, exactly. And there's only 4.
no carry-on.
Yeah.
Just your
You
backpack,
can bring it
really,
really
really full and 4 jackets.
Look at that cost extra.
And that's in cargo?
No,
down with the pets. And
they
then,
don't care how much you weigh. But you can't have a bag.
I did talk about how, the incidental fees are for local phone calls, and it was removed later on, but underneath 3 and note, it still mentions local telephone calls. Nobody's paying for the telephone calls anyways.
They probably would still charge.
I haven't. What kind of motels do you stay in?
I don't use their phones.
Yeah, well, that's true.
So just removing local phone calls?
I would like to see that removed, yes.
Most people have cell phones these days.
Exactly. I just spoke to modernizing this. Nobody's using their hotel phone for local phone calls. But other than that, that's all I had to say on this one. Wow. They're not getting charged for it nonetheless. Go ahead.
Is Councillor Leepert's motion then as amended?
Yes, as amended, I don't know how many, what would happen if your cell phone doesn't work?
Well, you're not
Well,
getting
then-
charged from the hotel for a phone call anyways.
Where
My
are you?
point.
But it doesn't work. I don't know if we travel that far.
It's just an old fashioned excerpt in this that just is not really applicable.
Yes, as amended.
It's like reading a newspaper.
I read paper every day almost.
See,
At work. Or at wherever.
any other discussion on this one? Okay, seeing none, all in favor? Opposed, that is carried. Policy 61, declarations.
I would move off number 1, please.
Thank you.
Be approved as presented.
Okay. Anybody want to declare any comments on this? Seeing none, all in favor? That is carried. Policy 99, tangible capital assets.
Make that motion.
Thank you. Which motion would you like to make?
Find it here first.
It's right there,
Oh, yes.
as presented.
Or whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Policy, approved policy number 99, tangible capital assets policy as presented. I do have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Given the change in the the TCA, will that actually adjust our actual net value or net worth, which we base our tax on? Like, does that change anything for how we look at that? Like, that number is either going to get very large or very small compared.
So it would reduce our non-financial assets on our balance sheet. It would do that because we're not then capitalizing every asset, we're capitalizing less. It's not adjusting our amortization that we currently have on the books.
That's fine.
And it's not the same as what the province assessment of the town is. That's different than the tangible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, very.
So they're not the same number.
Oh, okay.
That's
This
probably
this is our value on everything we own, like every water pipe and building that we own.
I saw the,
And that's not what the province does. They take everybody's house and everything,
Yeah.
and they give a value of the whole town of Redcliff.
okay,
I don't even know if they look at these to base it on.
well, I just
Not
saw
for that, no.
some simple things like your fire hydrants, the value of from what to $25,000 for,
Yeah.
Like that's, I just was wondering if that will change it, but if the province isn't basing it on that, then that's fine.
Assessment and tangible capital assets are different.
Okay,
This is just an accounting thing. It's so they can say we're always broke because we're not funding our asset depreciation.
No, this is so we don't have to capitalize every little thing that we purchase now. Right, so if we buy a fire hydrant,
it's not a capital.
instead of like capitalizing it and then amortizing it over the next 20 years, we just call that an expense.
Gotcha.
Yeah, if it's under that threshold, it just becomes a yearly expense as opposed to creating an asset for it and then depreciating it over time.
Okay, no, that makes way more sense.
Any other questions on this one? Being none, all in favor? And that is carried. Okay, policy 147, town vehicle and equipment replacement.
Option one.
Option 1 from Larry.
As presented.
As presented. Any comments on this one? Seeing none, all in favor? That is carried. Policy 151, vehicles in public cemeteries.
To get rid of that one.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll make the motion.
Okay.
Cancel 151.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? That is carried. Policy 158, pest management.
Would move for option one as presented.
Discussion on this one?
That discussioners aren't here.
They are not. Okay, all in favor?
Nope, nope.
You didn't have anything to say?
No, no, no.
Or did you vote in favor?
In favor.
Yeah, that is carried.
That was one of these pretty.
All good. I got distracted. Correspondence, Alberta Municipal Affairs Minister Dan Williams regarding our funding. Nation.
So we sent him a thank you letter.
No, no, no.
New.
See for yeah.
Okay, any discussion on that?
They're almost up to 2018 funding. They're doing us such favors. Things have tripled and
Yes,
we're getting less.
Councilor over. Sorry, Bonnie.
So this is where we talk about, so 2025, we were at 972. 2026, we're at 943. 2027 is expected to be 1,051,000. So that's when we'll start to see the 3-year uptick. The CCBF or the CBSF, 385, 770, last year was 388, so down slightly.
Any other discussion? Okay, Eric's motion for information, all in favor? That's carried. Other extended producers responsibility recycling services information and next steps.
For information.
Very. Any discussion on that?
So the way I read this is Circular Materials is going to be doing all the public education. They're coming in September or August. Don't they start putting out stuff, or we have to start putting out stuff? I know we already did it once, but nobody reads those, just like the shoppers.
As they provide it, we'll put it. out.
Okay, all right.
I had a question, and I don't know if it explains it better in here if I just missed it, but on number 2, when it talks about the percentages, is that they call it the management targets. What does the 80% for paper represent? Is that clean material or how much is going to be recycled? I didn't see that in.
Sorry, I'm just trying
Like
to
the
find.
requirements.
Yeah, but it's earlier, it's called management targets right there.
Oh, okay.
And then in the graph, it's
Yeah.
requirements. Yeah.
I think this is how much they're trying to get back versus how much is produced.
Oh, I
Right,
see.
the-
That's the third option. I
The
see.
extended producers know how much they ship out,
That makes
And
perfect sense.
this is hoping to try to get that much back,
I see.
right? Because not all flexible plastic, like even though they say they're gonna take films and stuff like that, I really don't know what they do with it. So, and so I think that's what this hope is of all the cardboard and paper packaging that goes out, they're hopeful to get 80% of it back.
Okay, yeah, the third
Across
one.
the whole province or whatever. Like this isn't just Redcliff, it's
Gotcha.
the whole thing.
Okay. Well, that makes perfect sense. That's what it is. Okay.
Well, it's a good lie, if it isn't.
Absolutely. Gotta have the guardians. Yeah, it looks good.
See my campfire.
Well, that's,
That's reusing.
Yes, technically, but
Yeah.
they don't get to monetize
send him a letter and tell him how much you burned.
that.
Okay, any other conversation on this?
I know people that shred their stuff and burn it. They don't trust anybody. So
Yeah.
shredded, dude.
We have some of them. Anyways,
Moving on.
all in favor for information?
Oh, darn, I blew it.
Carried. Council important meetings and events. Anything missing on there? Any comments? All in favor? That is carried. We need a recess. We do not need a recess.
Yeah, we do need a recess.
We do need a recess. 5-minute recess at 7:41. We're back at 7:46.
I see the.
There we go. Starting to start. Okay, we are back in open. If somebody would like to make some motions. Mr. Stolberg.
I will move that we have the greenhouse. Is that the one we're on, right?
Yeah.
Um,
The enforcement matter?
yeah, yep, and have move forward in the cleanup.
The lowest better award to LMT?
Sure.
Low one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Direct administration for the lowest bid. Okay, any questions, concerns?
In favor.
All in favor? That is
Big
carried.
Ben Laird. Let me see.
Option 1. Okay. Next motion. Like that. The ERPs.
Yeah, I will move for option 1 that we direct administration to sign the presented master service agreement with Circular Materials.
Excellent. Any discussion on that? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed?
Waved.
That is carried. Next one. Project matter. Placement of a garbage truck.
I will make.
Ben Larry gets in on that one. That makes sense. I'm sorry, Larry, you said option?
Option number 1.
Suggested motion number 1.
Okay, that is to go with the lowest bidder, but increase the budget slightly. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Carried. Okay. It's your governmental matter.
Move we go, we support Cypress County in the intergovernment matter. Any governmental
Intermunicipal
matter.
matter?
I assume no discussion on that. All in favor of that? That is carried. Okay. Policy 69.
I can move that policy number 69, remuneration and benefits for out of scope personnel be approved as presented.
Option 1.
Option 1.
Okay, any discussion on that? All in favor?
Says Larry.
I'll vote opposed on that.
Opposed?
No, I'm not opposed.
Okay, that is carried. Okay, legal fees.
I'll make a motion that we increase our budget by $60,000.
Be funded from,
Funded from unrestricted reserves.
That's the only
Unrestricted surplus.
Okay. All in favor?
Carried. I'll move to.
And at 11:14 adjournment, all in favor?
No, what about the greenhouse?
We,
We did that first.
Oh, we.
no,
we did.
Oh,
we didn't do
That
the
one we-
last one.
We
Bumped
moving it off.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
gonna,
that's a put again.
that's the,
Yes.
that's the ombudsman one.
Who's adjourning?
White did. And adjourn, all in favor? Carried.
Yeah.
11:14.
Yeah.